Alright everyone, this is Kev the Rich Game Crusader, and this is a video response to Karl Woodlin. The video he made before was musical tastes, what fat beats you got, and I've written a canny big list on my phone of the type of stuff I'm into, so I'll get started. The types of music I like is all sorts really, but the main ones are stuff like heavy metal, metalcore, thrash metal, nu metal, classic rock, old school gangster rap, Britpop. I like instrumentals, video game soundtracks, just anything and everything as long as it's skilled. Doesn't matter if it's a single solo artist or a band or cut-offs or into a band like super bands or all that type of jazz. First of all, I'll go through my heavy metal type of band list. I love metal. It's something I really enjoy. I love shaking my hair, shaking my head mentally, going to gigs time to time. I went and seen Slipknot a month and a half ago. That was pretty epic. And I passed out on the very last song because I was just too dehydrated, which was crazy. I had to go get like all sorts of tests. But anyways, this is just a list of stuff I'm into. A band called Machine Head. I've seen them before, they're pretty epic. They can go from having a quite small venue to selling out at festivals pretty much just by hearing the name. They know how to have the epic tunes. They're very skillful and they like to take time with having very long songs, which is one of the things I like the most. So you get to hear every kind of part of a song, from the breakdown to solos to you name it, they've got it. One of my favourite things is that they're very skilled and the songs just never leave your head. And they've got quite a few styles. They had kind of thrash metal and very hardcore, and then they had like a slight rap, like metal rap type of thing at one point, and it's never like dipped in quality. It's always been really good no matter who was in the band at the time. But Machine Head's one of my favourite bands of all time. Second band is a very one of my favourite bands. They're called Trivium. I have a tattoo on this arm dedicated to them. It was my first, and I've met them in person and they're really nice, and I went and got a photo signed off them, and they even came to like click with us when that was open in Newcastle. That was pretty epic. I've been into them about 10 years now, since I was like 15. They're pretty much the same as Machine Head, but younger, and they had more power when they first came out, and they had so much raw skill, and I just like anything about them really. Um, they're a really good band live, and you should check them out if you're into metal. Slipknot, I just mentioned them a minute ago. Every album they come out with something new, fresh, loads of heavy songs, loads of nice light stuff now, and they're one of the most best bands going at the minute. If you're not really into the metal scene or anything, you should always check out a song called Snuff by them. It's off their last album that came out in 2009. It's pretty much one of the best songs I've heard in the last 10 years. It's a ballad type of song and it's really good. I recommend it. I think I've sent it to Cole once and I think he even liked it. Fourth band, pretty kick-ass. Alpha Omega Sin were talking about them 2 weeks ago when some shitty ass band went and defiled this like guitarist's grave, and it's the band Pantera. Pretty epic band, badass sound. Pretty much owned the 90s at the time when everyone was into Britpop and grunge and all that type of stuff instead. But Pantera are really badass. They got loads of decent tunes. One of my favourites is I'm Broken. It's hard, skillful, and pretty much if you like metal, you should like these. It's one of the defining things of like heavy metal. Number 5, Metallica. I like All Sorts from all the albums. Um, they just got different styles at different times. I like All Sorts, even the Saint Anger album. I find that pretty good. I like that style. But I think my favourite song is For Whom the Bell Tolls, and it just sticks with you. But they've got so many good songs, good solid sound, and it's just Metallica. I wish I could see them. I wanted to go see them when they came to Newcastle, but I bought the Slipknot ticket, and it was like a week later when it came out, and one or the other. So I picked Slipknot because I didn't know Metallica were coming. But that is still on my wish list of bands to see. Next one, Slayer. Um, if you've never heard Slayer, they're pretty much very hardcore thrash metal. They started in the early 80s, like Metallica. And if you've ever seen one of my videos, the intro music is Rain and Blood by them, which is pretty epic. And they've just got a huge back catalogue of just old school, new school type of thrash metal, and it's always been epic. Get my phone thingy there. Another band, they've been out about 6 years, 5 years, and pretty much like a super band of like people who were in bands who were kind of famous, but when they came together, became famous. I wish to see these live someday, but they never go past anything like Download Festival or Sonosphere, which is Five Finger Death Punch. They're quite grown up metal band. They have stuff from very hardcore to very melodic and ballady type of stuff. They know how to have a laugh, and they do loads of stuff for the military type of veterans. One of the videos they made last year, Wrong Side of Heaven, is such a good track, and it quite hits you there. The video, to be honest, it shows like the what happens after you leave the military type of thing, and some of the stuff they go through. So they're really, really good, and they've got all kinds of styles from proper hardcore to submit there type of thing. Um, Another band from the UK, they've kind of split up the last month and a bit, but I think they'll eventually get back together because they're one of these like metal bands that's actually made it. They're really good. They've got a nice sound. They've got all kinds of like different sounds since it started a few years ago. They're called Asking Alexandra, and they're a really, really good English band. They've got a quite unique screaming, uh, melodic type of stuff, and they're a really good band. It's hard to describe, but throughout the albums, they've just progressed even better. The next one is the same type of thing, but they started a lot earlier. They've finally made an English number one, which is really good because I don't normally care for the charts at all because it's full of shit. Even though sometimes the odd thing gets in the charts that's good. But this is Bring Me the Horizon. I've been into them since I was in high school. They've changed a lot through the years, but they've kept the skillness. They've changed the band lineup a few times of getting like a second guitarist into Simps and all sorts. But they've did all sorts lately, and it's really good to hear that they finally got a number one because they pretty much deserve it, and it's a really good new album. But they have loads of different styles from like very, very hardcore screamo metal when that first started to loads of different stuff like ballads as well. It's every other band lately seems to be growing and getting better at the minute. So this is kind of like the stuff I listen to day to day, and it's really epic. I haven't even got far in my list, and it's going on 10 minutes, but I'm enjoying this. If you are, tell us in the comments. Right, let's get down to some easier ones to talk about. System of a Down. Their songs are class. They're a unique band, and every one of their songs is cool or got something there. I would love to hear some new stuff, but I think that's not going to happen. I think eventually they'll keep coming back doing like one-off things, but their back catalogue's just awesome, and you can normally sing along with their songs and have a good time. Right, old school Linkin Park. I'm not a big fan of stuff pretty much past all the Michael Bay Transformer stuff. I like the odd track time the time now, like The Catalyst, What I've Done, and I think something else since like them days. But anything before that, that always had that unique new metal type of feel. Every one of the tracks felt like a great hit, and I like the remix album that had a lot of stuff like Korn on it and stuff. And they're the next band pretty much. I seen Korn as well the same night as Slipknot the other week, and they hit it out of the park. I've seen them twice now, and this time the full band was there, and it was just epic. Every one of their tracks from start to finish, and then they even played Snakes and Shoots, which is a song that starts off with bagpipes, and it's pretty much just nursery rhymes, but like most of them actually are dark, so this carried on, and then it hit into Metallica song one, which was pretty cool. Right, leading off from Korn because I was fucking up there. So the next one's Limp Biscuit. I've loved this band since the early days when I was like 10. When all I used to listen to was these at that point, because I'd be watching SmackDown and Undertaker would come down to Rolling. Break stuff I always used to play a lot. Um, I've got the greatest hits. I've got Chocolate Starfish, and the last two albums. I've like some of the singles off them, like Golden Cobra, which is kinda groovy, what cool. But Ready to Go that came out with Lil Wayne in it. It was really good. It gets in your head a lot, and you pretty much just start singing it when you just feel like it's like a meme type of thing. But that's a pretty cool song, by the way. Next band is Disturbed. They're pretty epic. I don't think they'll bring out another album for a while, but it would be pretty cool to see them. I've never seen them yet, but they've got loads of great hits, um, great singing, just pretty much like the same as any of the bands I'd listen to, really. Rage Against the Machine, too many good songs, good hooks, good lyrics, good meanings. All the bands skilled. And then another band kind of like them is Rise Against, and they're just the same. They just come out with so many good hits, good meanings to the songs, make you think a bit more. Right, and I'm gonna go into some rap artists because I like good rappers. I'm not so deep into stuff, but I like Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent, NWA, and I've been listening to Ice-T's album with his band Body Count. They're pretty kick-ass, and he's got loads of like novelty type of songs, but it's kind of badass. Next is Kendrick Lamar. I first heard about him with uh, a blip type of star called The Rap Critic, and he pretty much shows what's good, what's bad, and takes the songs and videos apart pretty much. And it's a good way to learn about stuff I wouldn't know because I only listen to metal most of the time. Classic rock now. I know I just skipped through rap, but I can't go into much detail, but I love all that type of stuff. I'm a big fan of Eminem, and I've been like that since the age of 10. It just came with new metal, punk, all sorts at the time was just great. So, classic rock like Led Zeppelin, The Who, The Police, all stuff like that, The Kicks, The Doors, all the bands that you can really name. I can name off loads of rare type of stuff, but it's nice just to name the stuff people listen to the most. And I think the Who were pretty much epic. I just can listen to them any day, any time, day or night. They've got a great sound and they're just one of the best bands of all time. I'm a big fan of Britpop. I grew up on that type of stuff in the 90s, and I've never decided who's better or worse than in the good old debate of Oasis and Blur. But I'd say Oasis are slightly better because they had more like proper bigger hits, but I'd say Blur had great ones as well, great hooks, and why would you choose one or the other? It'd just be easier just liking both. But I've never been the type of person to choose one band over the other really. Um, Pulp, I like a lot of their stuff. I always sing along to myself. Common People, it's a really really good song and it's funny. I always go see what I can do. If you know Common People, the Verve, they're old school, awesome. They've got loads of great hits as well. I can go on all day about music. It's quite hard. I think like talking about a mass type of like here's what I like type of thing. But it's been great talking about it, and I'm gonna add like a daft headbanging type of thing here. So this has been Kev the Retro Game. See that, and thank you for watching.
It's like a spin in the eye of a dead man's face. I take a break.